What up, y'all? St. Pete. So, I'll break a couple things down. I'm going to start off with the Antichrist and the ideas behind that. So, like most people think, like the Antichrist has to do with an individual. It's going to be, this person that's going to, take the title for that, right? When this is a mindset of the masses is what the Antichrist is. It's the mindset of the many, right? So we have this idea of our lower self and our higher self. Our lower self is the egoic will. That's our ego, right? Our higher self is our self that's connected to the all. So the lower self can be looked at like our animal instincts, but you're talking about the will with a lowercase w, your egoic will, and then you have the capital W, the will, thy will, right? So we got this lower nature and this higher nature. This egoic will is the Antichrist mindset. So we see that in the numerology when we see 666. 666 breaks down to 18. 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. Now Satanists adopted the number 9 for the ego. 9 was adopted by Satanists to represent ego. It's not that 9 is inherently evil. It's just what the Satanists took to represent ego. And I know that because one of my teachers was in the Church of Satan, and he came out of that and has been exposing it for over 10 years. And so I know firsthand, why and what some of the stuff is that they do, right? So 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9. The 9 represent an ego because the 9 comes back to itself. When you multiply 9, 9 times 3 is 27. 7 plus 2 is 9. And, 9 times 8, 72. 7 plus 2 is 9. And, you get the idea. So, meaning that when you add ego into the equation, it's always going to come back to ego. That you're never going to rise out of ego with more ego, with more egoic will. You're never going to rise to the 777, right? 777 is rising consciousness out of the 666. And the 7 plus 7 plus 7 is 21. 2 plus 1 equals 3. And that's the sacred 3, which is your higher self. So you think, so you feel, so you act. Each one of them numbers represents thought, emotion, and action. So 777 is rising out of the 666 and rising into the higher self with the 3, the sacred trinity. So I think, so I feel, so I act in my higher self and not in my egoic self. Okay, so I was saying in the one video, the last one, about how, the Monai, the one eye, the money, Monai. It's called green language, right? Got the green on today, right? Got that good heart chakra energy, you know what I mean? Because this is all love. It's all coming from the heart, you know what I mean? That's part of the reason why they made the green, the dollar bill green, it resonates with the heart. But the symbolism on there, on the dollar bill, if you look on the back, the pyramid, you'll see that the eye is detached from the rest of the pyramid. And that part that's detached is engulfed in light. And it's got the one eye, the Mon eye, one eye. And that one eye, that eye is symbolism representing God. It's not that the symbol is God, it represents God. It represents enlightenment. So you have that one eye disconnected from the rest of the pyramid. The rest of the pyramid is built in stone. It's hardened. There's no light. There's no change that's possible. They're stuck. And that represents the masses. That represents the majority of people. And these enlightened ones, they are detached from us, and they are, they are in touch with God, so they say, But basically, what it is they know the sacred sciences. They understand certain sciences, and they withhold them sciences from us and make them seem like hocus pocus and spooky shit. And that's typically what, religion does. You know what I mean? Like you hear 666, you're like, oh my God, it's spooky. It's not no scary, spooky shit. It's just simply consciousness. It's lower egoic will consciousness, all right, compared to, your higher self. So I think, so I feel, so I act. So, our true currency, our spiritual currency is time and attention, right? So what do you spend your time on? Spend time on? What do you pay attention to, right? What do you allow to come in, your income? So you'll see the monetary terms applying here, right? What do you spend your time on? What do you pay attention to? Your income, what you allow to come in. Do you pay attention to bullshit, deceptions, lies? Do you allow that to be your currency? Because like I said, your real currency is time and attention. What you currently see is a gift from the Creator. That's why it's called the present. The present is a gift. It's called the present. And that gift from the Creator is a gift because it could raise us out of this consciousness, right? It could raise us up. So that's why it's a gift. And it should be looked at as a gift. The present moment is the gift, right? Too many people get caught in the past, making them depressed, or they get caught in the future and it's giving them anxiety, and they're always missing the present. They're always missing the gift, which is the present moment. So that's what you current see. And what you current see, is it based in knowledge, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and wisdom? Or is it based in deception and lies? All right? Are you taking that in? Your eyes are the gateway to the soul. And like I said before in other videos, I think it was like Box Talk, I was talking about, what you take in through your eyes is like what you take in through your, like, food. You know what I mean? So if you're eating processed food and you're eating all the bullshit food, your body is going to be, whacked out. So just as, like, if you're taking in all types of bullshit, you're not taking in knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, you're going to be off balance. Your account balance is going to be off, right? Because that's your balance. That's the sum total of what you spend your time on and pay attention to will be your balance. And are you achieving balance or not? Are you going to bounce your check? So the time and attention is when we get our change. Okay? So when you spend money and you get your change back, well, that's the same thing. What you spend your time on, what you pay attention to, is when you get your change. All right? So that's the real spiritual currency. The real spiritual currency is your time and attention. What are you spending that on? And these are the questions that we have to ask ourselves, because the Antichrist is already here, right? We're already in this Antichrist. This is, it's not going to be some, moment where it's some individual unveils themselves and says, "Hi, I am here." No, man, that shit is already here. You know what I mean? And if we're not more conscious of what it is that we're taking in, because like if you're taking in lies and deceptions, right? If that's what you currently see and you take that in, them lies and deceptions, it's going to poison your thoughts, that are going to poison your emotions, and that's going to poison your actions, and that's what's going to be in your account. Now you're going to be held accountable. So what you take in is then going to go into your account, and you're going to be held accountable because your actions will be based in Antichrist actions, which are egoic will. What are you doing? Are you following thy will, or are you following your egoic will? Okay? And that's really simply all this means. This Antichrist 666. It's got to do with lower consciousness. It's got to do with egoic will, and get rid of all the spooky shit. And let's keep this in mind. When we're taking in information, is it based in knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, or is it based in lies and deceptions? And that's how we're going to raise our consciousness, and that's how we're going to change this world. I mean, as simple as that. Or we're not. Or we're going to stay in this, and we're going to keep going down this road to mental tyranny, because that's where we're headed to. It's the mind that's enslaved. It's the chains are on your brain. All right? So, with that being said, enjoy your weekend. St. Pete, I'm out. Peace.